Hey everybody, welcome back. Once again, I'm together with my good friend Stone here, and today we've got a very interesting topic for you guys. We're going to be discussing talking to strangers in public. This is something that is difficult for most people, except for people who are very outgoing. Most of us are kind of shy by nature, and so sometimes it can be a challenge for us to approach a stranger, to think of different kinds of ways to start a topic or start a conversation, and to know exactly what to think of how they respond. So let's take a look at today's video, and we'll meet you back here in just a couple of minutes. Excuse me, do you mind if I... Ow! Oof, it's hot. Is it just me, or is the coffee hotter than usual today?
Seems all right to me.
Oh, I guess maybe it's just mine then. So, do you come here often?
Not really, once in a while, I guess.
You sure look busy. Is that business or pleasure?
Actually, it's a bit of both. I do business, so I keep up with the daily news every day before going to the office.
Oh, okay, I see. Yeah, that makes sense. This is a really great place to catch up with the news, I guess. It's comfortable, coffee's really nice, and hey, they've got free Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
It's yeah, I guess it's a good quiet place to sort of catch up with things in the morning.
Yeah, it's a quiet place, but it doesn't so quiet today. It's not so quiet today.
Ah, yeah, I see your point.
All right, I gotta go. I'll see you later.
All right, well, yeah, maybe next time then.
Hello everybody, welcome back. We have just seen the video, and as you saw, it's about Brady, who is sitting at a table alone, feeling bored, and he's trying to find somebody to talk to. And he saw a businessman sitting at the table next to him, and he's trying to engage him in a conversation. Actually, again, it's about the concept of meeting a foreigner or a stranger in a public place. So we always, some people take it very, they think it's very sensitive to them to talk to strangers, but actually it's really okay and easy to talk to someone you don't know. Let's see, Brady.
Yeah, I think in today's video, we're kind of giving you an example of how things might go wrong, and also to try to help you understand what kind of clues you might get if a person doesn't want to talk to you. So we're going to start with this concept. As you probably saw in the video, Brady makes the decision to get up and move over to Stone's table. First, he politely asks if he can join him. The businessman, Stone, said okay, but was obviously very busy. So he needs a good excuse to talk to this guy and to begin a conversation. In Brady's case, he chooses something that he believes will be non-confrontational. Non-confrontational means it's not going to upset the man or cause the man to feel embarrassed or awkward. Brady chooses to lie and say that his coffee was too hot. As we saw in the video, Brady had already tried his coffee, so we know that Brady was just making an excuse, finding a reason to talk to the guy. So Brady burns his mouth and then asks the man, "Oh, is your coffee too hot?" The man does not seem very interested in this type of conversation. He just says, "No, mine seems fine," or whatever he said. And so Brady needs to think of another idea. Let's talk about some of the possible ideas that Brady could have used to successfully engage with this gentleman.
Maybe Wi-Fi can be also a good excuse, because the man was working on the phone and on his laptop. So the Wi-Fi can be also an excuse, like, is the Wi-Fi connected here, or is it working so well?
Yeah, okay.
Also, you can talk about things that you have in common. For example, if you have the same laptop or the same phone or the same t-shirt, whatever.
Oh, I love your shirt. I got a similar one, or
right.
something along those lines.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, those are great suggestions.
Yeah.
In this case, I think Brady has decided that he's going to ask about what the man is doing. He sees that the man is busy working on something. So he asks in a polite but kind of tricky way, "Oh, I see you're really busy. Is this business or pleasure?" Business means working, and pleasure means maybe the man's just doing it for fun. Do you think that this is a good approach?
Yeah, it's okay, but apparently the man was very busy. The businessman was very busy, and he didn't want to be interrupted.
Yeah.
I guess that Brady should have thought about another idea to engage the man more in the conversation.
For a brief period of time, Brady does manage to get the guy to speak a little bit. And during that time when the man is speaking, the man actually makes a little grammatical mistake. Can you explain that to us?
Yeah, of course. Mistakes are very common. When people speak English, people make mistakes. And
sure, even native speakers, I think, commonly make mistakes.
Of course, native speakers even make mistakes all the time, but they don't get very embarrassed or shy about it. Like, for example, in the conversation, the man said, it doesn't quiet. And then he repeated again in a correct way, and he said, "It's not quiet here."
That's right.
So he didn't feel embarrassed. He didn't feel shy.
And the conversation just continued as usual.
And he continued the conversation with no problem at all. So my advice to you, if you make mistakes sometimes, don't feel embarrassed. Don't feel shy about it. Just keep going on the conversation.
That's an important point.
It's very common in our culture to make mistakes.
Sure. You'll also see many times in the conversation, Brady seems uncomfortable. he's not sure of what to say or how to say it because he's trying to engage with this guy. He's trying to connect to this man. So his mind is not on his grammar or his pronunciation. His mind is is focused on just what he can do to get that guy to sort of relate to him.
Yeah,
so
this is actually a good point. Like most of our students, they think a lot about the mistakes, and they are always feel shy and worried to talk, afraid that they might make mistakes. But mistakes are very common, and it's not a big deal at all.
I think what we're trying to say is just don't worry about it. If you make a mistake, don't feel all upset and run off or turn red. Just go ahead and keep on trying.
Yeah, and the last scene, I just want to say something. When the man was walking and leaving the table, leaving Brady at the table.
This is a good point. Let's talk about this in a little bit in depth. What were some of the cues that Brady should have been able to pick up on to let him know that the man was not interested?
Yeah, the man didn't look up at Brady a lot.
So
he
not
was
much
focusing,
eye contact.
Yeah,
for
no
example.
much eye contact, and he was focusing on his computer, on his paper, and his phone. Even when he was leaving the table, he didn't know where to go. That's why he walked very slowly. He walked away very slowly.
Yeah.
Apparently, he didn't want to be interrupted. He was looking for another spot to be alone and focus on his work.
And we'll also notice that the man used a subtle kind of sarcasm. Sarcasm is when you say something that's not actually true. You mean the opposite of what you're saying. So Brady mentions that it's usually quiet at this place, and the man says, yeah, it's usually quiet, but it's not quiet today.
Yeah.
So Brady should have been able to pick up on this little bit of sarcasm. It was a gentle way for the man to say, hey, you're really disturbing me here. In this situation, the man himself gets up and leaves, which means that Brady not only failed to start a conversation, but he even made the man feel so uncomfortable that the man felt like he should go somewhere else to find a place to work or a workspace at another location. So this is not a very successful attempt to start a conversation on Brady's part.
I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope you learned something from it, and we will provide you with more videos.
We'll be back very soon with some more interesting situations and describe those to you.
Sure.
Thanks a lot, guys.
See ya.